Ladies and gentlemen, today we are playing Italian Cycle because I just came back from Italy. I'm also going to tell some stories, but let's quickly go through this text so we can get into the games. So we got the barbarians. These are like the Roman gladiators that fought in the Colosseum because we went to go see Colosseum. Electro Dragon, the electric battery, was invented in Italy. And yeah, I could have just played the Sparky instead because it is a battery, but I need 2 Evos, okay? Then we got the Golem, bunch of Roman statues because Romans like making statues, I guess. And Golem's also made of stone, just like the statues, so there we go. Furnace used to cook D1 Italian food. I had 28 pizzas in Italy. All of them were fire. Hence why I have the fire spirit as well, because it's used to, cook food. Inferno Tower, one of the most popular books written in Italy, is Dante's Inferno, and Inferno is in the name. We got the log, because in Italy there were these really cool looking umbrella pine trees. I'll put a picture up on screen. And like the aura from those trees is insane. Then we got the cannon, goes back to the Colosseum, because when we went there, for some reason every day at like 12 p.m., which is just midday, they fire a cannon, which is pretty cool. And this is that cannon, I guess. Anyways, let's start playing the game. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to talk about in terms of my Italy trip is the first day, because the first day was quite easily the worst one out of all the days that we went there. And the reason is because we got there so early. So we left on Friday, like 2 weeks ago, at, I want to say, 5 p.m. And then we came back, we got to Italy on Saturday at 7 a.m., which doesn't sound that bad. It's only like an 8.5-hour flight, because you have to also count in the 6-hour time zone difference. However, the main problem is that we booked an Airbnb because, I don't know, it's cheap and cultural immersion, I guess. I don't actually know the reason. And you can't check into the Airbnb until 3 p.m. So we gotta kill 6 hours in Rome with our bags. Which actually, we didn't have to kill it with our bags because we had, what did we have? We had like a place where you can just like store them and you pay money for it. It's pretty convenient. But we did that, and still, we have to walk around this place for 6 hours. And let me just tell you, if you've never been to Rome, the layout is extremely confusing because it's not like an American city where there's, like grids and it's easily understandable. It's really not. So we got lost multiple times. We visited a Lego store. My dad pulls the emergency alarm because he can't read Italian, so he doesn't see that it says like emergency exit only, do not use. So that was nice. And we are able to make it to lunch eventually. However, after lunch, it's only like 1 p.m. We still got 3 hours to kill. And so we end up sitting outside a Starbucks like homeless people, literally just waiting. Okay, well, I just got Electro Dragon this. That's pretty easy though. Okay. Can that Skeleton Dragon get in range, please? Or the Skeleton King? Of course he can't. It's annoying. Okay. Back to the story. So we sit outside of the Starbucks for 2 hours until the Airbnb dudes are finally like, hey, you can come in here. And then they let us in, and it's awesome. However, this is not the end of our terrible first day, because there is still more. That is bad. So once we get into the Airbnb, I decided to go to sleep because I'm jet lagged, because that's how jet lag works. Understandable. After an 8-hour flight, you'd be pretty tired. And I wake up, the next day, actually, because, I had a pretty long sleep. So we're going to breakfast, and my dad, he orders a wine for breakfast, which I'm a little confused about. Why would you order wine for breakfast? That's weird. And so I ask him, and he tells me, Tanner, it's still Saturday. I got the day wrong because I slept for, 3 hours? When I thought I slept for like 12. So that was dumb. When I woke up, one of my parents said it was 6 o'clock. And I was like, okay, it's 6 in the morning, nice. However, it turns out it was 6 in the afternoon. So I guess that's actually a benefit of using like the more European time system where you're like, it's the 24-hour clock as opposed to the American 12 and 12. Because you can actually like differentiate between the morning and the night. Oh my gosh. Are we actually going to win this game? I actually don't know if we're going to win this game. I think we have a chance. don't know. I'm probably gonna focus on the game for now. Oh, that sucks. Alright, stop! Can you let me play offense, please? You're annoying and I don't like you. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're playing Golem in the back. No, we're not. We're playing Golem at the bridge. How did I get to 981? What happened? Genuinely, what happened? How did I get to 981 health? Okay. Well, we lost this game. It's a little unfortunate, but we'll come back in the next one. I don't even know how I got to 971 health. It was probably a goblin from the Evo Mortar, even though he didn't even have an Evo Mortar when that happened, so I don't know. I guess we'll talk about our second story. We'll start it now. We'll continue it a little later. So the second story, as I said in yesterday's video, which you probably didn't watch because I realized that YouTube algorithm is weird, that I can speak Italian, which is pretty cool. So you can like read signs, translate, hear what people are saying. There were only 2 times where I actually got to speak Italian, which is kind of sad. And we'll discuss them in the next game, which I'll cut to because I like cutting things. So the first time is kind of lame. It's just our taxi driver is driving us to the place where we drop off bags on our first day in Rome, which I already told you about. And, you know, he asking for the address, but he doesn't know numbers in English. And my parents don't know numbers in Italian because I don't think most people know numbers in Italian. And so obviously I just have to say, you know, 56 in Italian. That's literally all I said. And yeah, nothing too special there. But the other time is kind of ironic, which is why I think it's at least slightly interesting to share. Because, so we were in Florence, which is the second location we go to. There were 3 locations that we went to in total, and in Florence. Actually, we're going to set the stage first before this happens. So, here's the context. So we just came back from a restaurant where my brother had an alcoholic beverage. I don't know what it was. It was like his first alcoholic beverage, and it was pretty strong. So he was like noticeably acting different. So we went to this bookstore so my mom could buy a cookbook so, you know, she can cook Italian food because Italian food is amazing. So what am I going to say? So that happens. We're at the bookstore, and while she's waiting in line because it's a really long line, she tells me to go outside and look after my brother. So I'm doing that. And then this lady, she comes up to me, very like Italian. She asks me in Italian, where can I find this place? Here's the problem. I didn't really know what she was saying. She was speaking kind of fast because I understand slow Italian, not fast. So she asked for this place. And also I don't know, even if I did, there's no way I would know where she is talking about because I've been here for like 2 days and I don't know where anything is. Just like the tower, by the way. That's fun. And so instead of saying like, I don't know, or ask someone else, I tell her that I don't speak Italian, which would make sense if I didn't say it in Italian. Like, I literally told her in perfect Italian, I don't speak Italian, which is like probably the worst response I could have given out of anything. So yeah, that was the one time I spoke Italian in Italy, is to say that I didn't speak Italian, even though I can. So that's nice. And he's also going to give us a free win, which is nice. I don't know if we're going to go to a third game. I could end it all. Oh, never mind. He's not done. He's not even done yet. He's just lagging, I guess. Okay. Golem? What is this guy playing? I mean, I have 2 buildings, so I guess you can ask what I'm playing as well, because I have a stupid deck. Oh, and we won. Okay. How long have we been recording for? Let's see. 9 minutes. That's enough. See you tomorrow. Stop dropping, please.